Okay.
All right. Call the January 29th Board of Public Works meeting order. All right, so we obviously have a few more people here than we normally do. Just want to lay out what we're going to be doing today. First thing on the agenda will be public speak, and that'll be to speak to anything not formally on the agenda. I assume most of you are probably here, and that is on the agenda. So as we work through the agenda items, I'll ask if there's any public comment on that, and we'll move through it at that pace. So, does anybody have anything to speak of not on the agenda?
Could you introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Tom Malter. I'm currently the chair of the Board of Public Works.
Austin Sanders, member of the Board of Public Works.
And our third member resigned this month, so we're currently just a board of two.
And I'm Joe Kuczynski, Director of Public Works.
All right. Mayor is not here for mayor speak. Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
My name is Tracy Butler, and I just want to say that I really appreciate the hard work that you guys are doing. That I know that your jobs are not easy. I know that for the most part you're volunteers. You're members of the Easthampton community, so every decision you make impacts you as well as me. I appreciate your diligence, and I had I know a lot of people are here about the sewer issues. And a friend visited me over the last 2 years who was retired from working on water issues in Minnesota, and she was amazed at how antiquated our system was, and she wished us luck in keeping it going and not causing sickness amongst ourselves in our community. So, I know you have a hard job, so I just want to say I really appreciate the fact that you're here putting the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public speak on a non-agenda item? I'll move on to approval of the minutes from our last meeting in November. Feel free to circulate the sign and roll. Discussion of correspondence.
We're hoping that they're in order, same order that you have. These are at the end.
This is the correspondence from the,
What do you have on top?
I have City Council, November 21st, 8 Division Street.
Okay.
So that is further down the agenda, so my packet is not in your order.
All right, okay, we can do that. Okay. This is just a
Well, we should move through this in order.
okay.
So it's just correspondence from state agencies.
State city offices will board.
Item number 4.
yep, city council, just I have a copy of their meeting that they had, that's all that we've got in our box.
Okay. All right, then on to number 5, which is also, the other thing I wanted to mention. The only thing we're voting on today is setting the date for the public hearing. We're not setting any rates today. It's just purely formality for setting the public hearing a month from now. So, item number 5 is vote on rate for public hearing, or vote on date for public hearing. We have proposed February 26th at 6 p.m.
And what the week is it?
That's a Wednesday.
It'll be a Wednesday.
It'll be a Wednesday, I think.
Can we put any input on that? Like a Supreme Court ruling that shows that if you get to the Supreme Court,
that unless it's a town vote, that's like a tax override, that you're not allowed to charge that fee for federal law?
You could bring that up at the public meeting, yes.
Okay. And also that you have to make arrangements that for free, so they don't get charged. The water runoff, they're allowed to put their driveways back to dirt and rock. They have to put a berm around their yard, gutters that go directly into the ground. They can put well and septic into their yards by law, federal law.
Yep, but
And,
the agenda item we're speaking to now is purely setting a date for the meeting. You have
But
the
why
issue-
is the meeting even being done for water if we haven't even put it to a vote? On a ballot? Is this to put it on to a ballot? Or is this just for you guys to charge automatically? Because they did that in this state and they got Supreme Court and they won. And now the town's paying them back all their fees. So how's that being worked?
I don't even know if we can answer that.
Yeah, that's not a, that's,
It's obviously something you didn't think about.
Yeah, you're putting it to.
That's the reason we're
They're
here.
not voting, they're
But
putting.
No, they're not voting.
But if they're, why are
We're
they
here
putting it on there?
To let them know that we're not gonna let them just put fees in
But
too.
they're setting a date to have that discussion. That's
But number 10 says stormwater fees
Yeah.
to be
No.
discussed this
Different
evening.
discussion.
number.
Right, and that's what I'm discussing is the stormwater fees.
On number 5.
We're not on the stormwater fees yet.
But they're on it to put it onto a town
Different fee.
thing.
It's a different fee.
No, well,
No,
not to
it's
get
all
ahead of
the
ourselves.
fees.
Number 10 may not be clear on here, but we had, after we had seen the draft report of the rate study, we had asked to see what other cities and towns in the Commonwealth had done. So number 10 is, I believe, information on what other towns and cities have done.
Per Supreme Court ruling, the town can be sued for it. The town people can stand up and sue the town and get the money back.
All right, that will be something that we can discuss in a public meeting.
And, because it has to be put to a vote on a ballot in order to collect the fees because it's considered a tax
Okay?
for federal law.
All right. If you'd like to submit that information, we'll review it.
I just told you about it. I'm not giving you my paperwork that I know.
Okay.
I can give you this court ruling, and you can look it up.
Okay. That can be.
But if it gets enough people, they can actually sue the town and go after us.
I understand what you're speaking to, but I'm asking, item number 5 is purely to set a date for a public meeting, where we will absorb and collect information from the public regarding the issue,
Regarding what?
regarding the issue at
The
the meeting.
stormwater fees, which is on there to be discussed. So you've got it in different orders. Shouldn't it be discussed first, then put it on?
We're not discussing,
I'm confused.
yes, well, the item number 10 is purely a presentation to us from, we had asked for information about stormwater fees in the state of Mass and how other municipalities were collecting that.
And that they can be sued by the federal government should be put in there.
I don't know, I have not reviewed the information yet, and will be presented in order then. As of right now,
That public hearing is going to be here, or?
that'll be, I believe, upstairs in the main room.
Yeah, because federal law oversees state and town laws. Right? Am I correct on that? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Does anyone have a specific issue with the date of February 24th, or February 26th for a public meeting?
Can you start it after 6 p.m. so most people that work can get here?
It is scheduled
Instead of
for
having to
6
leave.
p.m.
It is 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
What will the location be?
I'll be in the main room upstairs.
And that discussion that night will be about the rate hike, which is different than the stormwater fees, correct?
Should be about both.
They're both, the stormwater fee.
And the rate hike, that's the plan for that discussion. Okay, I just want to make sure I know what we're discussing.
Yep.
Stormwater fees are a tax, so they have to be voted on a ballot, not just by the town. That's what's put in the Supreme Court ruling.
Okay.
So you're voting to put it on a ballot, or you're voting just to discuss it?
We are voting
to
to
have a
discuss it at a public
To
meeting.
discuss it. So vote together. Okay.
Would you like to raise a motion for that date?
Would
in your motion?
Yes. It is a motion for vote on rate public hearing meeting date of Wednesday, February 26th, 2020 at 6 p.m.
Seconded? Number 6 is acceptance of Division Street as a public way.
Right, there was an extension on Division Street, and the planning board gathered all the material from different departments saying that that was okay to accept, and the city council has done that.
Do we need to vote to accept it as a public way, or is it just a...
No, the city council expects that, accept that.
Number 7, traffic calming.
Yeah, this is a letter by the chair sent to Councilor Gomez, who's the city Public Safety Committee, in regards to traffic calming and initiatives to kind of slow traffic down around the city. And what the idea is to start some sort of a discussion and some dialogue with subcommittee to come up with a townwide initiative on how we would handle this, instead of handling one road here and then go to one road there. It would be comprehensive.
And was this submitted, or did we have to vote to send as written when I composed it in December?
I just recently received it, so I didn't know that
Okay.
we sent it.
I don't believe that the board has to vote to send this to the Public Safety Committee
Okay.
chair.
I was given the permission to write it and wrote it.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Did you receive your copy of this?
With that?
Yeah, of my response to your inquiry?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure I get sent to everybody that was supposed to be CC'd to. Okay. All right. Number 8.
The next is a flurry of letters to DEP regarding our wastewater treatment plant. The first one, we did our annual pumping station inspections, everything passed. The second one was you have to do an alarm report biannually for our wastewater treatment plant. Those were all tested, and they're all found operational and functional. And the third one was we had a little mishap down at our wastewater treatment plant where we had a small discharge of sewage into our catch basin. We were able to capture it before it got to the river, but again, whenever there's a spill going to the atmosphere, DEP has to be notified. So we're just making sure because that's required by our permit. So we just made sure we did that. And the fourth one is another letter from Carl Williams, our treatment plant supervisor, DEP regarding the annual alarm report in regards to the use of our chlorine analyzer, and just informing them that as required, we're checking those standards at least once a month, and everything's fine. The third item is a letter from DCR, Division of Dam Safety. They did an inspection on the Ferry Street Dam in regards to the building that's going on Ferry Street, and they've classified it a high hazard, so they're telling us that we need to do certain testing from now on, especially when there's going to be housing that's going to be developed downstream of that. So it's not something any different than we're doing right here for this dam right here. So the next one I'm hoping the board is going to approve. It's a letter from Marilyn and Paul Gall. They didn't receive a bill for the water and sewer, for one water sewer billing period, and they went to lien, so they were liened an extra $40. They've always paid their bills. She came in here, showed me her check that she had sent it, but for some reason it just never came here. And I think it was something to do with the mail. So I'm hoping that the board will approve a $40 abatement to them.
Motion to approve the $40 abatement.
Seconded. All right, number 10, stormwater fees.
Yeah. This is just a compiling of what other cities and towns throughout the Commonwealth charge for their stormwater fees and how they do it, how they calculate it. Something that the board asked to have done, so that's what we are.
Are you guys gonna be putting it on the ballot for the town to vote on it, on a statewide ballot? Townwide ballot, sorry.
Currently, we're in the preliminary stages of investigating the rate study. We had a rate study prepared by Time Bond. That's sort of a guidance document for us.
You can't charge a fee without having it voted upon
I think-
per federal law?
They're
Yeah,
not suggesting that, they're just suggesting that this isn't such clarification.
Yeah, to put it, to try to charge us for a water fee, but they have to put it on a ballot eventually.
That's eventually, but that's not what they're talking about.
But they haven't even put it in that they were gonna put it as a ballot or for a vote.
Not at that point yet.
all right. Yeah, we have not, it's not a foregone conclusion that we're doing anything at this point. We are in the process of determining what our options are for a stormwater fee, for sewer rates, and how we're going to handle that as a city together.
And are you guys going to apply for, I think, what is there, a thing where you can defer what they're requesting, the EPA for the water?
As of right now, we have no steps in place. We are in preliminary stages of this, so
Where does the money come from to pay for these studies and all this stuff?
we'll work through, I'll recognize each person, so.
Actually, that's a good point. That's a good question.
Could you
That's
state your
what I'm
name?
wondering. If you've got to put it to a vote, why are we wasting money on a study where you don't even know if you can do this yet, and that money's going to be gone? Shouldn't you put it to the vote like she's talking about? And if that's what goes on, then you could be allowed to spend the money on this, because I know they're not doing it for $20. You know, talking big money. That's a big corporation.
Well, they can't give a stormwater fee tax because it's a tax without putting it to a town vote. So the town has to vote on it if they allow it to, just like a school, to get
Why
a school
would you
built.
waste money on investigating something that you can't even, you don't even know if you can do yet?
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's my thing with the money. We're always talking about money, but this money's getting spent. You're putting a cart before the horse. Let's see, you know, I would think you would see what's going on before you went and did it. Spent your money. That's all.
Yeah, and why didn't they come up with a Supreme Court ruling? That's a federal law. If you did a study, where's the federal law in there, in that study?
I personally did not do the study.
Well, whoever did the study, did they put the federal law in there? If not, they're not doing their job right. You paid money for what?
He's got it right there.
Yeah, there's federal laws.
It's not all of it, there's 60 pages.
All right. Does
I
it
think
indicate?
that ruling you're looking at,
Could you just speak?
Yeah, it's a Supreme Court ruling,
No,
it's
no,
a
I would
federal
like-
ruling. I've also looked at other ones, but this is the one that has,
No, just state your name and
Peg Connor,
you
City Council.
can address me in response.
I
to-
believe that this ruling that she's referencing is a Missouri State Supreme Court ruling, not a federal Supreme Court.
no, there's also been a federal law, I just don't, I have the,
Okay.
it's in their ruling.
Would anybody else like to speak to this?
Yes, I'd like to know if that piece of
Stormwater charges is a-
information that she has about other towns, where will it be available?
You can come to the DPW office, it's public record, come to the DPW office, we can make you a copy.
have one other question too, about this report. How does Ty and Bond end up with all of these studies? How are they awarded them? It seems like they're awful friendly with the town, and I was just wondering why they're always the ones, considering we're standing in a building that was built by them.
Very good question. Just to speak to that, this was awarded before either of us was on the board, but looking back, I believe there were 2 bids on it. One was like 82,000 and then Ty and Bond was 25,000, so they were selected as the low
I
bid.
saw that information, yeah. But they seem to get awarded a lot of these. So I was just wondering, so there was only 2 people that put in a bid for the,
Like I said, that was before I was on the board, but I believe most of these things are through a bid process. They don't have an exclusive contract with the city.
seems like they're miles apart, $80,000 compared to $25,000.
Study?
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't involved in that award itself, so I don't know the details. Right. Number 11 is Glendale Bridge.
Glendale Bridge. What you have in front of you is a report from MassDOT. They inspect all the bridges in the Commonwealth, even the town-owned bridges. And the condition of the Glendale Street Bridge has been deteriorating over the past couple of years. It's deteriorated to the point where they've allowed a fire truck to go over it if it goes down the middle of the bridge, but after the fire, they can't come back over that bridge. So that bridge needs to be replaced. I have a capital request in for a design for that bridge, and hopefully we can get it on the tip, which means the state would pay for it, but that's going to probably take 10 years. But the design for that bridge, because you're going to need a structural engineer, is going to be probably $500,000. The replacement of that bridge is probably going to be between $5 and $6 million.
So when I read through this, they recommended closure. Does that happen? Or?
No, they recommended closure when they were doing the inspection.
Oh, okay.
We looked at that too and go,
Okay, yeah, that was
and they
not
said no.
clear offhand.
No, when they brought their truck in to inspect it, they wanted it closed so that they had free access to the
Understood. Sorry for misunderstood. All right, number 12, Union Street reconstruction report.
Yes, we completed the first part of the design on Union Street, and that's called the 25% design. It's actually more than 25%, but the MassDOT calls it the 25% design, and that kind of just gives an overview on what the road is going to look like after. We need to come in and do this final design now, which gets into maybe permanent easements, temporary easements, design of the water and sewer replacement, because we're going to do some water and sewer replacement on that road, and also will provide construction oversight when the construction actually gets going. And that cost us $391,000. So this has been sent to the mayor, and I think the mayor has signed off on it, and it is winding its way through the city council, or it will be winding its way through the city council.
She had spoken, she was the one, I believe, that spoke several times. That's the owner of the hair salon. She spoke several times at the public meeting.
Right.
Submitted a letter.
Right, and yeah, and we actually told her that at that public hearing that our engineers, both consulting and in-house engineers, would be working with her to see if we could alleviate that.
Some parking issues.
So, right.
And I know she had also spoken to state of the gas mains, which, seems coincidental that we also got a letter from Columbia Gas requesting.
Well, yes and no. As far as the condition of the gas lines on Union
Yes, so
Street,
item 13.
those were all changed to plastic in 2010.
Okay,
So they're brand new.
wonderful.
But as far as, okay,
So item number 13.
it's a request from Columbia Gas.
Yes.
This is something that happens every year in January, February. Columbia Gas comes to us and says, what's your list of roads that you're gonna be reconstructing, repaving, so that if we need to do some work, we wanna get in there before you pave it, because once we pave it, there's a 5-year moratorium, and you can't dig it up unless it's an emergency. And if they dig it up and it's an emergency, we'll make them pave half the road or something, because instead of just a trench patch. So what we do is we give them a list. We know that our list is 5 times longer than we're actually gonna do, because we really wanna wait to go through the entire winter to see what the roads actually look like. We know that a lot of them are in horrible shape, but one might have passed the other one in its shape over the winter. So this is something that we meet with them every year and talk about what we really want to do.
But no action for us, you guys?
No action for no
Department?
No action.
Number 14?
Number 14, it's regarding to a letter from MassDOT about what we received in Chapter 90. We usually receive $480,000 a year in Chapter 90 funds that can be used for road construction, road repaving. This year, we will be receiving a little bit more money, so another $48,000 increase. So we will end up with a grand total of $529,000 that will be available for road repair this year. And at some point in the next meeting or two, we will be sending you a list of roads with our recommendations of where we want to go and spend that money.
Recommend Park Hill Road.
And so at that time, the board will vote, what they want to do.
Number 15, shared path.
Yeah, it looks like MassDOT wants to make a shared use path going from East Street and Route 5 down to Atwood Drive. It doesn't affect us other than that little piece in at the intersection, right? But it looks like they want to make a shared use path, and so they're just informing us that that's what's going to happen.
So shared use path, that's a bike path to go on the road?
A shared use path it's very similar to the one if you're familiar with Southampton by Cumberland Farms. It's a wide path that bicycles can go on and also pedestrians can go on.
But there's a bike path right there. There's a bike path right off of East Street there.
This is
This'll go.
MassDOT. We have they're just telling us what they're doing.
This'll go basically from that and go up Route 5 towards Northampton to Atwood Drive where the medical centers are. So it'll be a shared use on Route 5, basically.
So it's going on Route 5 itself.
Yeah.
So it's basically going to take the bike path and continue it on down Route 5.
Yeah, to the medical center there. But yeah, like you said, this is just them informing us that they'll be working on the roads in Easthampton. All right. Director's report.
I don't have anything else to.
I know we moved a little quick. Is there any public speak on any of the other items that we worked through?
Most of it's going to be that stormwater fee went on the...
I just wanted to ask Joe, do you know what the reason is for the increase in the Chapter 90 money? That you got a little bump?
I think everybody got 10% or something.
Yeah, the state had a little extra money, so they threw a little extra at
Okay.
the Chapter
It
90.
wasn't that we increased our mileage.
No, and most probably next year it's going to go back down to around 488.
Okay.
I have just one thing I'd like to say in view of how the townspeople feel, or a lot of us feel. Be prepared at the next meeting with numbers, percentages of increases for your expenses to justify increasing the water rates. We've already had a 12% increase in the past 7 years on water rates and a 15% increase on sewer rates. You may be questioned also on having backflow meters for sewer rates. Not just arbitrarily charging on what goes in, what goes out to those people that have swimming pools, water their lawns, so forth and so on.
Motion to time.